There are certain items that you can buy while locked up from the commissary that you can take and create something really awesome. And in this video, I'm gonna show you one such thing. Me and Bob Ross, we are gonna show you how to make prison peanut brittle. You may not know this, but making homemade prison peanut brittle, prison peanut brittle is actually pretty easy. And all that you need are a few simple ingredients, including obviously peanut butter, 2 bags of these. What are they? These are butterscotch. Butterscotch. 2 bags of butterscotch. 1 single little funky bag of instant maple brown sugar, instant oatmeal, and also 2 bags of regular roasted peanuts. All of these items are easily purchasable while incarcerated, so if you ever do get incarcerated, just remember, you can make prison peanut brittle. And what's awesome about these items is that you can buy these for about $8 while locked up. You can also sell your prison peanut brittle and make a decent profit from it. In fact, I've known quite a few guys whose hustle while locked up was selling prison peanut brittle. Sounds crazy, but the candy hustle while incarcerated, there's a huge market for it. Prisoners love sweets. It's a hustle. And I've known quite a few guys while locked up who actually have sold candy. Hell, I've known gangs, literal gangs, while I was locked up, whose hustle was the candy hustle. Violent, crazy gangs in prison selling candy. Sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? But it's true. So enough about all of this prison talk, incarcerated nonviolent offense. Enough about all of that. Let's begin. So the first thing that we need to do, because as I'm showing you how to do this, I'm also going to show you how it's done while locked up. And the first thing we need to do is we need to put on some gloves. And the reason for this is because when you're in the can, when you're in prison, when you're in the bing, when you're in whatever other term you want to use to describe some sort of incarcerated situation, and you're making candy or you're preparing food for the possible sale, and that is your hustle, gloves are a major factor in this whole process. Because if other prisoners see you making food or see you making candy without any gloves on, they are not going to eat any of your prison candy, okay? They're just not going to eat it. So gloves, we need these. Next, we need to take both bags of our butterscotch and we need to open these and unwrap each individual piece of butterscotch and put it in a microwavable safe bowl. Now, I know this may come as a surprise to some of you, but while in prison, you do have access to not only a microwavable safe bowl, but also a microwave. So again, unwrap all of the butterscotch, put it in the bowl. The butterscotch is in the bowl. That really took a long time to do. I had to fast forward that. The next thing we want to do is we want to take our peanuts and we want to crush these up. And the reason is, I don't know, it just makes it easier, I guess. Crushed peanuts is better than whole peanuts, I guess. But they stretch, they go further when they're crushed up. So the easiest way that I know how to do this, as always in prison, whenever it comes to breaking up any sort of food, you smash it on the floor. Now that we have completely assaulted our salted peanuts, classic. We can put these off to the side for a minute because we don't need these just yet. What we're doing is we are trying to get everything prepared for the nuke process. Yes, the nuking process. This is when we're gonna stick this butterscotch in the microwave and things are gonna get a little steamy. You're also gonna need, might as well throw this in halfway through the video, but you will also need an empty chip bag, a big chip bag, like such. Probably at least another big chip bag. I don't have another big chip bag, so I'm gonna use a smaller chip bag because this will work as well. 2 chip bags, preferably 2 big chip bags, but if you don't have but one, then you can use 1 big chip bag and 1 little chip bag. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this chip bag and we need to split it down the seam. Right down the seam. Careful. We're getting off the seam there, Joe. We're gonna open it all the way up. So our chip bag is opened. And we'll put that off to the side. Next, twist off the top of the peanut butter. I have to give you every single step of this process. I just do. I'm OCD, okay? So we're gonna twist off the jar just like so. Get it off. And we need to open the peanut butter up. Yum. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. A godsend in prison. Oh, the many uses of peanut butter when you're in prison. Put that off to the side as well and keep this handy because this is going to be important too. Also, one more thing you may want, it probably will help if you do have this, is a water bottle, a filled up water bottle. And this is actually going to be our rolling pin. We're going to need something to roll our peanut brittle out with when it comes out of the microwave and it is flaming hot. Again, you have to remember this peanut butter is going to be so hot it will melt the skin off of your hands if you are not careful. So you're going to want something in between your hand and that actual peanut brittle when it comes to spreading this stuff out because it will tear the skin clean off of your hands. There's the disclaimer for this video. You're also going to need something to cut the peanut brittle with when you are ready to cut it. We are going to be using our trusty prison shank. You will also need something to scoop the peanut butter out with, so you're going to need a spoon. Okay, I don't have a prison spoon. I just don't. I've got a regular spoon. It's time to nuke the butterscotch. What we want to do is we want to stick this in the microwave and we need to watch this because what you're watching for is for this stuff to start bubbling up. And once it starts to bubble up, we need to stop, open the microwave, stir it up, put it back. Continue this process a few times until all of this is molten hot lava. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so we're here at the microwave. This is the microwave right here. And in prison, most of the time, every prison I've ever been to, they have microwaves. And this is what you're gonna use to put this butterscotch in. Butterscotch is in the microwave. Let's go. This was actually 2 minutes, but you can actually see that this is already starting to do what it's supposed to do. And we need to just stir that up real quick and put that right back in the microwave. And don't worry about none of that because that's just gonna be too hot to worry about. So put that right back in there. Clear another minute. Oh, and that's going everywhere. Now this is a very crucial process right here because you want to capture this when it's really hot. And we're going to be ready with our peanut butter because we're going to add that in next. Bring it out, stir it up a little more, and now we feel like we got it pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and add our peanut butter into it. We're going to take 1 heaping scoop, throw that right in there. 2 heaping scoops, throw that right into there. And 1 more scoop. That's 3 big old scoops of peanut butter right there that we've added into this. And we're going to start to stir that up. Stir her up. All right. Now you're not going to be able to do too much with this right yet. Don't worry about that. Just try to do what you can with it for right this second. Let's put that right back in the microwave. We don't want to let it cook for too long. We just want to start to melt some of that stuff together. Throw it right back in the microwave. It's going to take a few trips in the microwave to get this right. Next, we're going to be getting ready with our oatmeal pack because that has to go in next. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. And when this comes out this time, we're adding that oatmeal right in there. And let's go ahead and check that out. Oh, I just dropped some of the oatmeal. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, she's a bubbling. She's a bubbling. Now she's doing what we need her to do. That's going to help mix all of that stuff together. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Okay, let's take our oatmeal pack. We're going to dump that right in there. Things are going to get a little complicated right here because this stuff's going to thicken on up. Oh yeah, you can see it's getting real thick now. But try to mix that in there just the best that you can. Maybe a little tough, but don't worry about it. If you can't get it all the way in there, just do the best that you can to mix it all up. Microwave doors are in my way. Starting to get a nice consistency to this stuff. I'm gonna throw it in the microwave one more time because I want to loosen her up one more time. I'm gonna add the peanuts to it, and then it's gonna be ready. It's gonna be ready to lay this stuff out. Okay, one more trip to the microwave. Clear. 1 minute. This stuff is really, really good. If you do try this at home, you're gonna love this. Just again, be careful because this is very hot. Get my peanuts ready. Have those opened up, ready to pour in. There's one bag right there. There's another bag right there. All right, look at that stuff there. Look at that. Before we do anything, let's go ahead and throw these peanuts right on top there. Peanuts are in there. Put that off to the side and let's stir that on up. And that is just looking awesome. Okay, it's now time to spread this stuff out. Here's our opened up chip bag. And we're just gonna start to dump that right there on the bag. Getting all of that out of there. Once we've done that, it's time to spread this stuff out. So we're just spreading it with our spoon for right now. But again, to make this stretch even further, we are gonna put that other chip bag on the top, and we're gonna use that to kind of pizza flatten this thing out. Almost looks like a payday bar, or like a pile of something else. Putting both sides of the bag. Just gonna roll this out using this water bottle. This is like our little rolling pin. We'll move this. So we got us like a nice little rolling pin. Never knew they could make rolling pins in prison, did you? And look how far this is stretching. Move this over a little bit more. In prison, you have to be crafty. You have to be able to take one thing and find 3 or 4 different uses for it. Once we flatten this, the next step will be to cut it. We're actually going to cut this into pieces. You know, if we wanted to sell this, well, we could bag this up individually and sell this. But before we do anything, we will cut it and let it cool off because it has to cool off. Once it cools off, it will harden, and that will be our peanut brittle. And I can't emphasize to you enough that this is actually really, really delicious. We flattened it out. Hope you can see that real good there. Just how flat that is. With our prison shank, we are going to cut into this. And as it cools, it will get a lot harder to cut. So it's always best to cut this when it's still hot because you will not cut it once it's cooled off completely. And what we've made right there is some prison peanut brittle. So our peanut brittle has sat for a while. It's cool now, and this is a piece of our peanut brittle. I wonder what this is going to taste like. I gotta be honest with you, I already know it's awesome, and that is some fantastic homemade prison peanut brittle. There's a variety of different ways that you can make this as well. And in future videos, I may just show you some other really awesome recipes when it comes to making this stuff. Hey look, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment. Let me know exactly what you think about it. And until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace! Let's give a few shout outs, starting with Instagram, George Bermudez. I know I pronounced that wrong, but special shout out to you. You commented all over the last thing that I posted. Also, King Lyrical. King Lyrical's been rocking with After Prison Show for a minute now. Haven't had a chance to shout him out yet, but I am now. Major shout out to King Lyrical. You're awesome. The Realix Double XJ. Special shout out to you, man. Thanks for rocking with APS. From Twitter, let's shout out Simon Mullen, Gatorade, and Jack Walker. Hey, thanks for rocking with APS on Twitter. From one of my last videos, let's shout out After Preschool Show. Oh, I love that name. That's awesome. Let's shout out Joni Sippy, Thanks for rocking with APS from Finland. Garrett Keith. And 2 more. Who we got? Arturo Benitez. And whoa, it's Bobo. Hey, thanks to everybody for rocking with APS. And I hope to be able to shout out every single one of you real soon. Until next time, that's it.